All right. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Claim the Stars. We're so happy to be here. This is, I think, our fourth session we're jumping into right now. So this is our Savage Worlds science fiction campaign where we're playing characters in the 28th century in the future of humanity. And all the players are, well, they're not quite yet. Not all of them quite yet are but they're all eventually, I think, going to be forming up into a crew that are going to head off in the stars together, partnered up with a group called Astra Unum. Right now, they're on a planet called Tachus 3. If you don't know, that means it's in the Tachus system. But I will give more information about where they're at in the story after we do introductions. Thank you, everyone, for being here. If you're watching later on YouTube, we appreciate you immensely for being here and watching us. Hit that thumbs up button and hit subscribe. We appreciate it so much. If you're here joining us now, though, thank you. Hit follow and use that Twitch Prime. Anyway, so we will do introductions. So, Jeremy, why don't you start us off, man? So, Jeremy, tell us who you're playing.
Hey, I'm playing Levi Roosevelt, who is an elderly cowboy pilot who's apparently turned into the reluctant captain, but some backstory of like he's a clone of a previous pilot, and he's got a big extended family because of past him sort of a thing.
Yeah, I think that's a really cool idea we did there. So, but yeah, and he's also like an ex-soldier, but now he went from being a first mate on a ship now to being being a captain. So down to Cliff. Cliff, tell us who you're playing, buddy.
I love the introduction every time. So, my character's name is Sir Aston Charles Hatcher Courtney, heir to the Brax Courtney fortune. He is a spoiled son of a rich socialite who has proven to be pretty useful with his words, but he also has a little bit of a temper issue, and I think he may have sowed some seeds here that led up to what's going on today partially. So I'm excited to see if he makes it onto the ship with the rest of the group. I guess
Aw,
we'll see.
that's funny. He thinks I'm gonna destroy the whole group. That's funny. Uh, that's so awesome. So Matt, tell us who you're playing, man.
I am playing Arthur Haeckel. He is a young scientist uh, who fairly recently, had to flee his home station of Palisadia due to some shady corporate shenanigans. And yeah, trying to make a name for himself.
Very cool, very cool. And yeah, also too, he has connection to Astra Unum through his sister actually, who's now hooked up with
Yes.
him. So we'll actually check in with her actually once you guys get in flight and get back off the system. So and we'll be doing that through the story. So all right, so now on to Jason. Tell us who you're playing.
Playing Jack Reacher. He's a doctor with a dark past. He is a little hurt right now. Took a couple of grubs to the torso, upper arms, neck, and legs. Nothing major though, of course. So we'll see whether or not he eats it this game. This session.
I love it how they're so nervous about this game. At least two of them are. But we'll see how that goes. So Shaun, tell us who you're playing real quick.
So I am playing Spencer Witt. He is a teenage psionic character, psion, and he was on the run from some of his former criminal associates who were using him for his mind readings. So he stowed away on the group's ship and has just kind of been hanging out with them ever since. I guess they felt sorry for him.
I don't know how sorry for you they are, though, actually, because they try to pawn you off on pretty much every adult they've met other than themselves.
Yeah,
So,
it has not been great.
I think
But
he
I'm,
said he
I'm
could.
trying to be useful.
He said he could
But
cook. So.
that's hard
Yeah,
'Cause-
now he can suddenly cook because I decided it didn't require a skill. Technically, it probably should be a survival skill, but I threw him a bone. But
yeah, I have a D4 in mopping, so
that's funny.
I wish
Even
you
though
had a
he left
D4
the
mopping.
medical lab in complete mess with blood
I did.
and yes. So, all right. So first, we're going to have a short scene. We see in the distance, on the edge of civilization, on the far northern outskirts, beyond even the food processing center, we see a small team pressed hard into the prone position onto the ground behind a low hill. They are in a mix of gear, but something about them still looks like they are quite capable and quite organized and perhaps tactical. Maybe it's the tactical headgear, night goggles, the defense vest, what have you, the equipment, but the rest of them looks like guerrilla forces. They are looking towards the food processing center from a distance. And we see one of them with a small drone attached to the back of his back, and he says, "Are we ready to move?" The one looking down the far away through his night vision goggles raises them up and looks at them and says, "Yeah, put your breathers on." They all put their breathers on. They switch to comm links, and they say, "All right, time to move. Going fast. Make it quick. We get out of there. Plant the explosives. Remember, grubs first. Then we move. All right? Go." And then we see them slide across the earth. Their feet using the shadow as the sun is falling down. And we see them dart across the landscape. Now, this was possibly several hours before, because now the sun is already set. As I described earlier in the last game, it was dusk when you were on your way to the farm. By the time you are finishing and returning, the sun is set. And, Shaun, you now have the very same drone in your possession. And you are inside the ship. Your camera system pops up with a notification on the screen. It says something like it says something like 4 presence detected, potential hazard, and then it like pops up with the 4 cameras on the vessel, and you see 3 vehicles. 2 of them are ragtag. One looks like it might be military equipped buggy, and they just dart up to the front of the ship at rather quick speeds. And don't forget, there's bugs everywhere. So they're just mulling over these bugs. They're just spewing guts everywhere. And they don't just screech to a stop. They just start spinning donuts everywhere. Just slinging bug guts. And they seem to be trying to clear a safe space for them to stop. Just murdering as many of these roaches and grubs as they can, just to have a safe zone. And then they start disembarking. What is your character like? What is his emotions and his thoughts right now as he's seeing this occur in front of him? Because you just saw Marco's face look
yeah.
at you through that camera in the split seconds before he used the thermal pistol to blast the electrical housing and cut you off from your ability to use the multi-cannon, the point defense multi-cannon.
Yeah, so his stomach just, freaking out. He's got butterflies in his stomach, scared shitless, just because he knows what this guy has done, and what this guy would do to him. So Spencer doesn't know whether he needs to run. He doesn't know what to do. He's very confused.
Well, in that moment of indecisiveness, Maybe you're calmed a bit. I don't know. It's up to you. But on the vid screen, it pops up and says, landing shuttle is beginning landing procedures. So we'll jump back to the other players. So Jeremy and you guys, you were just swooping in with the landing shuttle, about to come back into the aft section of the ship, into the landing bays, and thank you, Aston. So you're doing a notice check to see if you can make out details about what's happening on the floor of the vessel.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, with all the craziness going on, there's going to be a lot of visual overload, probably. But I want to know if
since you only got a success, I'm only going to give you limited information.
Sure.
So, tell me exactly, maybe what if you're looking for anything specific, I guess.
So would we, or me specifically, had seen any sort of signs that that Spencer was firing the guns off? I can't remember if he said in the comms before that he had to.
You probably heard it, and you've probably seen like dirt clouds all around the ship still hanging there.
Okay. So mainly what I would be looking for is to see if there's any sort of remnants of what he was firing at.
Mm-hmm.
And if that
it looks like he was just trying to clear grubs. It looks like he was trying to help.
Okay. So I wouldn't have seen any of these guerrilla forces.
Oh no, I was about to get to that.
Anything.
I was about to get to that. So you're
okay.
Yeah, I was about to get to that. Yeah, so you guys see as you're coming in for landing procedures, you see the 3 vehicles dart up. But Jeremy, you're at this point where you're about to you're about, say, 50 meters from pulling into the landing bay when they just like ride up through that dust cloud that he's just plumaging through the air from his multi-cannon. He's created this excellent shield for your vision as they ride up. So, what, does it make you make a crazy ass piloting roll to try to not to land the ship? Does it mean you just can keep going with what you're doing? What do you do?
I would keep going with what I do because I feel like the main ship is going to be safer for everybody than the shuttle.
All right. And real quick, Cliff, we still have a notice roll to resolve. I'll let you ask one more thing about maybe the people riding up.
Well, yeah. So if I notice the people riding up, then I guess the only question I would really have for processing this are any of those vehicles, the vehicle that I seen outside of the little cantina after my
yes.
Okay.
The truck is definitely one of the vehicles that's outside the cantina. One of the trucks.
Okay. So I mean, upon seeing that, I would immediately let everybody know.
Sure.
Like,
yeah, you definitely think these are the smugglers, the Tanuklava smugglers.
Yeah. So like, I don't want to alarm anybody falsely, but I'm pretty sure that this group that's coming in here are not friendly. And Doctor, I feel you may know this better than us. These may be your smuggler friends.
Dr. Breach is kind of in and out.
Because he's got like bloody like grub bites all over him, and there's goo and cream all over his face from like the hind section of the fleshy hind section of the grubs all over him. He looks like this gooey, bloody mess, and there's a child in the back of like 13 years old that's got like his leg half gnawed off by bugs. You know,
did we wrap up with me using the Metascanner and Metagel before like Dr. Breach was like, you know? Do we wrap up with that?
You can try to say you did it if you want to do that, but you'll take huge penalties for being wounded. Sure. You'll take your penalties for it'll automatically apply those if you're still wounded. Let me actually, before you do that, let's reset bennies. So let's reset adventure cards and bennies. Okay.
First roll.
Because you might need these. Yeah, so you might need these bennies to because you got lots of wound penalties. So
yeah, but
you have nerves of steel.
You
have nerves of steel, I think, don't you? No, you don't. Okay.
No, I don't.
Okay.
But I do have something else that makes my healing quite robust. So I
have the healer skill.
Metascanner and the Metagel to get a +4 to my already.
Your Metagel, I don't think gives the +4, does it? You get your healer.
Oh wait,
edge.
I'm sorry.
Your healer.
Yeah,
edge.
healer, and the Metascanner.
Yep. I don't remember what the healing.
It's the edge that I got, I think, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's that edge.
But yeah, the Medi-Gel gives a +2 to healing rolls made to stabilize people.
So that's the
Yeah.
goal, right? This dude's. Do I need to stabilize him, or is he already stable? I guess that's a
He's
good
stable.
question.
Yeah.
All right. So let's modifier.
I'll say that the metal scanner. I'll just go ahead and say right now that the Medi scanner and the healing gel don't stack. Just
All
to
right.
kind of keep
Is the scanner a +2 by itself just to use it? 2? I thought the scanner was just a fancy flavor. I'm gonna take another gander.
It says it is, but yeah, it says it is.
+2 to
Yeah, and it costs you
all right,
$600, so I'll say it is. Sure.
Yeah, that was like all of my starting money.
Yeah.
A very generous $1,000.
Yes.
All right, so yeah,
We may just
roll. So it
remove
is
the Medi-Gel.
+4.
We may just take it off. This was a sci-fi companion thing. Go ahead and de-roll.
Not bad. And
Look,
11.
You didn't play. Oh yeah, I did apply your wounds.
Yeah.
Jeez, look at that roll. Even with your wounds, good job, man. Okay.
All right. Jack Reacher whips out the scanner, does his business, very professional-like, very methodical. And then as soon as he's done, he goes back to like basically being semi, just out of it from all the blood loss. He hears Aston like speaking to him, and he kind of makes out what's being said. He hears the word smugglers and the like, and he perks up for a moment. And what do you see?
I just see some vehicles pulling up, and through my time here, I've gotten to know that there are a few of them, and I recognize from when you had your conversation back at Mary Jo's house, the connection between the two, and I'm fairly certain that pickup truck is one of them.
Can I make a notice roll to ID the pickup truck? See if I recognize it.
By the time he says all this, the landing shuttle's already in the bay.
All right, got it.
Yeah. You're gonna have to be left with a bit of mystery.
Oh, the mystique.
All right. Okay. So.
Hey, quick
landing
question
shuttle's in the bay.
about
Yeah.
adventure cards.
Yes, sir.
So this happened last time, I think.
Okay.
Mine's talking about arcane skill. Use that in place of smart space stuff. What did you had said something about in general, I thought, about cards that didn't.
Yeah,
seem to
you can
apply.
use it for someone that does have an arcane skill.
Yeah, thank you.
So
That's what I wanted
So
to
just
remember.
when Shaun gets back, let's remind
Yep.
me and make sure you talk to Shaun about it.
Cool.
Okay. All right, sweet. And so what do you guys do? The ship is pulled into the landing shuttle bay. It is inside. Immediately, Matt, your data pad, actually your personal data device is what we call it. I need to get the lingo correct because we need to come up with our own lingo so we get our own world's identity because those don't overlap with other games. Like Sci-Fi Companion calls it Comlink, but that's really more of a because of Star Wars. That's the only reason why they call it Comlink. They call it Cyberdeck because of Shadowrun. These kind of things. So
We're calling it a data pad.
we're calling
personal
it
data
no,
pad?
that's Star Wars. It's called PDD,
Oh.
Personal Data Device.
Like-
People call it DD,
Oh.
Slab, depending on what world you're from. So, but personal data devices generally PDD, that kind of stuff. So, but so your PDD, it connects with the basically the LAN essentially of the network of the ship, and you start getting the same notifications that Shaun's character Spencer saw inside the ship, saying that the aft section of the vessel is picking up perimeter sensors outside of the vehicles in the front. So, because you have that advantage to you. So,
I think what Arthur is going to do first, as soon as they land, he is going to head to the telemetry center and try to get the signal device working again, the anti-grub device.
very cool. And I can assume all of you guys got disembarking from the ship as well at this exact same time?
Yeah.
Okay. What about
Levi, do we have weapons here?
We got to get this boy to the medical bay as well.
You do that, Doc.
Doctor well enough to?
He
Yeah,
looks
I can
fine
still
enough.
ferry him, yeah. Not quite dead, right? That's another good question, like for myself and the viewers as a cover up, because I don't know. there's only 3 wounds in Savage Worlds, so like
Yeah.
as you go down the wound chart, like really, like how incapable are you? I know we have the negatives for the wounds.
It's up to the
penalties.
GM. If I want to decide if you need to make strength rolls to carry that child all the way to the med bay, I can make that call. I mean,
All right.
It's up to me.
So yeah, I gotta get him there. So I got
This ain't Pathfinder.
So
This ain't Pathfinder. I like it.
I would like to order Aston. Aston, you talk to the people outside. I'm going to pick up the kid and get him to the med bay and then head to the bridge.
Pulled out my pistol. Talk, yes.
Works for me. Just you're the face until I can start up the ship's weapons and find out where Spencer is.
Start the ship's weapons. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know that there's the rotating gun. I don't think I know that it's been thermal blasted sort of thing.
The ship has more weapons, but they're more for like space combat. But yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we don't prepare ourselves, the doctor may be more busy than he plans to be in the med bay.
Doesn't sound too fun.
There's a combat rifle on near the bridge in the science shoot, whatever that's called.
Telemetry
room.
center.
Yeah.
Arthur, I suggest you grab it.
Okay, but I'm not good at using it, so somebody competent will need to come.
There's a trigger. Aim the barrel at them and pull it.
Yeah, I could do that. It's the hitting the target that's the issue.
Yeah. Back yourself into a corner so you can't miss.
I will do my best.
Or at least run away. All right. Okay, so we see you all disembark, and we see Dr. Jack go to the med bay with Levi because he's carrying the child. So, all right. Hit them with the bullet's not the gun. It can be tricky. That's nice, Bob. Very cool.
Might be easier to jump.
And so we see you guys go to the med bay, which is funny because that requires. Ooh, that's one disadvantage of the ship. Okay, it doesn't require actually because you guys came from the landing shuttle. You don't have to go up a ladder. So that's good. So, because I was actually looking at this map and like, there's one ladder that connects every layer of the ship. So, yeah, something to think about. But anyway, so both of you go to the medical bay, and Levi delivers the child and puts him on the slab on the table, and then so Aston, you go up to the telemetry center. Do you going to follow Levi's orders and go up to the telemetry center and get the gun?
I'm not. No.
I have
my gun on
Arthur.
me.
That was Arthur. I was gonna.
Yes.
Are you gonna get the gun?
He's gonna get the gun, but he's gonna get the anti-grub device functional first.
Gotcha.
I mean, people are potentially dying as long as it's not functional.
Okay.
Spencer, that thing you did on the grubs, does it also work on humans?
Yes.
We may need that.
Okay.
If worse comes to worse, these people are not our friends.
Okay. So if you
Yeah,
remember
no
correctly,
shit.
the anti-grub device was basically just reconfigured using electronics with the equipment you already have. So that would be something that, just since Shaun's kind of jumping in here since he was away, Matt and Shaun both have the electronic skill, I believe, now.
Mm-hmm.
We made some rejiggering with Matt's character. So, but if you guys wanted to go up to the telemetry center, you can use support roles and kind of help each other out. That'd be something you guys can probably be more effective at doing. If Shaun didn't have any other plans of what he could do to help. I know he's coming in late.
I wouldn't mind your help, Spencer.
Yeah, I'll help it any way I can.
All right, Cliff. That's going to take time for him to do that. Cliff, where are you going?
Ah, shit. Well, I guess I'm going to follow the captain's orders and make my way towards the opening of the ship. So, Spencer, did you relay any of the information to us about what you've seen on the cameras and all that about them shooting in the ship and all that?
Yes. So when get on the or comm links or whatever, and I'm just saying like, look, I know this guy that's coming. He is bad news. Everybody needs to get their asses back to the ship. And I'm like, you can see I'm visibly like sweating and freaking out.
And have they breached the perimeter?
Shane, they're on their way though. They haven't.
They're outside. They're outside. If someone's watching the
Oh.
cameras, if someone is stopping and watching the cameras, they can get an idea of what they're doing. Is someone doing that?
Yeah.
Before I make my way to actually like opening any doors or anything, I would definitely stop to look.
Sure. Yeah. So they keep circling. A couple of the vehicles keep circling because they want to clear out as many grubs around the area as they can.
Okay.
Just using like the 4-wheel drive and just eating up grubs in the area. But one vehicle completely disembarks. 4 people get out. Sorry, 3 people get out, and Marco steps over to join them. Marco is a big fellow, as I've already described at the end of the last session with Shaun. A big fellow, about 6'8", probably. Balding guy. Short cropped, I guess, kind of balding. Very tough looking fellow. He's not exceptionally like muscular, just big and taunt. And he joins over there with Medici and a couple of the other smugglers. And they're just standing beside their truck while the others are just plowing grubs in the area. It looks like they're trying to plow an area of probably about 200 feet in just a general square, circular area around the ship.
They're trying to find a landing zone. So with the ship's cameras and whatnot, can we pick up audio from the outside to hear what's going on?
First off, you don't think they're clearing a landing zone because there's not enough room for a landing zone for another ship. You're really close to grub fields, but you think they're just trying to keep grubs from bothering them while they're doing whatever. Okay. Anyways, sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, so with the camera system that we have,
yes.
Can we hear audio from the outside?
Probably not, because it's not designed to pick up audio because there's no sound in space. They probably wouldn't design it that way.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like the answer, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, of course, a player wouldn't like the answer, but it makes sense in the world. Why would you design a camera for outside a spaceship to pick up sound?
It's logical. I just don't like it. Okay, so
it's like gotta save those monies, corporate ships.
So, is there? What would be the best way that for Aston to be able to communicate with them without like opening up an area where people could just storm the ship?
Well, there's got to be like a comm interior, outterior, exterior comms at the cargo door, right? Or at the airlock, sort of a thing.
Thank you for the bits, Bob. Appreciate that so much. So you're wanting to clear an area so like someone else could get to the ship. So like you say, if you had backup, is that what you're asking basically? Coming in?
I just want to make sure that like if the goal is to try to establish some sort of communication, but I don't want to put myself into a position where it's like I have to, open up a ramp and then I got 4 big muscular dudes running in.
Oh, I follow you. Okay. That might be hard to do. Sorry about that harsh terrain. I gave that thanks to the wrong person. But thank you for the bits, man. But clearing area of the ramp. Unfortunately, they're clearing up to the ramp. They're parked about 50 feet from the ramp, and they're clearing all the grubs in this area. So, I mean, they've cleared the grubs really well for you, but as far as like clearing them out of the way, I don't see that happening.
And what about like one of the top hatch, like so I could pop out the top and say something?
Oh yeah, okay. So that's the cool thing about this ship on the ventral, the ladder, main ladder. Okay, so let me pull up this picture of the ship actually, so people on the stream can see it. I've been trying to do it for a while, and I've been multitasking. Let me get it up here.
Yeah, I'm looking at it too. That's what made me think of it, like that main access area up there.
Is it? Yeah, it's shared, everybody. Okay, let me just pull it that way then. There we go. Okay. So yeah, on this ship, there is a main access ladder, this green link, that goes all the way from the dorsal hatch, and then all the way up to the ventral EVA hatch. So you guys, so that's how you enter the ship if you don't go into the cargo bay. So a ladder that comes down.
Okay.
This is not a handicap accessible ship. Well, I guess if you use the cargo bay, but then you can't get to the bridge.
Good enough for me. I would say that I would know this. So
Yeah, you've been in the ship.
Okay, so then what I'm gonna do then is after we have our little meeting, I'm beelining for this hatch to go up towards the top after seeing them clearing out the area by the loader, the cargo loading area. So I want to make it up to this hatch and kind of open it up and establish a dialogue from kind of a
from
height
the top of the
advantage,
ship.
I guess. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. I'm going to actually close this map out and like bring up a different one. A different image that's really cool I want to show you guys. So there's actually an image that I found in my old files of what the ship looks like, made by the company. Of course, if you're wondering, everyone, I bought these maps from 0 Hour on Drive-Thru-RPG. I'll put the name of his guy who made it. On Drive-Thru-RPG, makes amazing stuff. You can find his stuff on the Drive-Thru-RPG website, whatever you call it. And anyway, so he does his art and offers that through there. This is, hopefully it loads it and doesn't block the view.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's what it looks like from the top of the ship. I didn't realize you guys have a skylight.
Nice.
Top of the ship. Like that's... So you're coming out
if you
through
look
this...
really close, you could see the reflection of it in the
Yeah.
map art. I even never noticed that.
Yeah.
You can? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're actually coming through that hatch there on, like, just in front of the skylight.
All right, and then are they? Where are they in position, in relative position to where I'm coming out at?
Well, they're probably just under the nose of the ship there.
Okay, cool.
So
we'll
we'll give them a few extra feet in front of it so you can stand on the nose and talk to them comfortably. So
okay.
If you want
At your discretion on this, how long it would take me to, from when we landed, had this discussion, checked the cameras, and then made my way up?
It's not important, I don't think. I mean, it's not important, I don't think, unless you got anything, unless it needs to be important for a reason.
No, I just didn't want to know, for continuity's sake, if anybody else was doing anything during this time that it takes me to
I need to check in with Levi,
climb up a
actually.
ladder.
So, Levi, what do you got going on after you drop off the kid in the medical lab?
Going to the telemetry room to make sure somebody is getting the ship ready to move if we need to. Actually, so the bridge.
So you're heading to the bridge. Okay, sweet. So you're up there, and now you, Arthur, and Spencer are all kind of in the same general vicinity of each other, and so you're actually starting up startup procedures for the ship, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. But you're skipping safety protocols essentially. You're not doing pre-flight checks and doing it the safe way and.
No, I know stuff's already broken, so I'm just gonna make it worse regardless.
Okay. All right. So you're just flicking all the stuff on and not checking stuff and okay, got it. All right.
Pulling a hand solo.
Okay. All right.
Start the engines, Chewie.
All right. Okay. Now,
And that, go ahead.
you have the electronic skill, right?
I do, yes.
Okay.
Not very.
I'm gonna say that having a
Hi.
D4 is just having it is enough, just enough to do it, just to turn everything on. So, now if you were in a rush, I'd make you roll it, but, all right. Now, are you rushing it?
I don't think so because I don't. Well, wait. We know they already are violent towards the ship, right? Or semi-violent.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
No. Okay. Then I'm probably.
Well-
then I'm not rushing it until.
Okay.
Because
Well, you said that they shot out one of the sensors, right?
Well, yeah, they
we
did
know
shoot
that
out
yet?
an electrical panel. Yeah, on the gun turret.
Your original plan was to send Arthur or Aston down there to smooth him a bit to like buy some time. So maybe you could use that to make sure we don't explode on takeoff.
yeah. Let's go with that.
So, rushing it or taking your time?
Not rushing it.
Okay. All right. I know it's a weird question to ask, but I just need to know whether you're rolling it. Okay.
No, I went. Yeah.
All right, because a critical failure means something. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, so you're starting up booting procedures. You can start to feel, Cliff, when you get on top of the EVA hatch, you start to feel the ship hum. As stuff
Lovely.
starts coming on, you're on top of the ship, and so when you climb over the top of the nose to talk to them, if that's how you're approaching them, they're already looking at the ship curiously with their weapons, with their hands on their weapons, because they're seeing
Okay.
that the ship is booting up.
Can Levi
So-
see him on the nose of the ship from the bridge? Oh no, there's no fucking
Cameras. Yeah. Yeah. So
I mean, there's
No,
cameras, so
yeah. But all right. So what do you say, Aston, when you come over the edge?
So
just
I'm gonna walk
eyeballing
over
you.
to it, and I'm gonna try to keep myself, my center of gravity as best as I can while walking on this thing, in case, like, if he does anything and the ship jerks, I don't want to just topple.
Right.
But I don't have a lot of experience with this, so it's nothing crazy. It's kind of just like walking on a roof at this point. Like, I'm just trying to keep my balance the best I can.
Right.
But I'm gonna pop over and I'm gonna say, Medich, I said that I would have the money for you. I didn't think that you'd have to come get it from me now.
He said, "Oh, I trusted you, but unfortunately, the situation has grown dire." He says, "Does you see that big explosion? That tower that's collapsed?
Mhm.
You see, we need to get off planet, and this is our best opportunity. And whoever was in your ship was making it hard for us to come say hello. I apologize about shooting your multi-cannon, but they were making it very dangerous, you see."
Well, that's why we got to use our words and not our guns when we do these things.
Well,
Meanwhile, I have my gun in my lap.
yeah.
Oh,
You're just wait. Are you sitting down? You said
well,
in
it's
your
kind of
lap.
like my hands down. Like, I'm not in any sort of aggressive
Oh, okay,
stance, but I
gotcha,
have my
gotcha.
weapon so I can use it if I need to.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
So, funny thing, before that tower came down, we were actually working to get this ship repaired so we could get off planet. So now we're in a predicament where we're on a gimped ship.
And how am I supposed to help you with that?
Well,
You saying you need the
How
money
are
that
you-
you're supposed to give me?
we don't need the money for it, but if you're trying to barge the ship in itself is already on one leg.
No, I don't
So
want your ship.
You,
I just need your money, and I'll be on my merry way.
oh, well, why didn't you just say that in the first place? And
He just kind of looks around like he says, "Just tell your Dr. Jack there on the ship that we'll leave him alone. And yes, I know he's on this ship. I'm not stupid. Just tell him we'll leave him alone. If you just give him the money, and we'll go. We just have to get off the planet. The military has given us a perfect opportunity."
Yeah, I would just pull out the information he gave me before and send the money over.
He says, Says, well, actually, real quick, do you give him access to your comm link to transfer the money, or do you toss him do you toss it over on like a chip or something, and just toss him like a removable chip?
If I have the ability to do that, I would definitely do it that way,
Yeah,
where
sure.
he's
I'll
not
say you can do
tapping
it.
in anything I have. Yeah,
Like a data chip.
So I would just toss it down.
That's usually how like illicit affairs are done, with like an illicit like a data chip.
And I put an additional 100 on there for you.
Oh wow! Thanks so much. This is thousands of dollars. And he says, "No, I'm kidding. Thank you, but you should have kept the extra 100. That's what it's going to take to fix the electrical hardware on that multi-turret." But he says, and once again, I'm sorry about that, but someone was firing up the place like a madman. So
after you all leave from here, where are you headed off to?
does I don't know quite yet. We'll probably have to go back to Ilar to check in on things back in home base. But after that, who knows? We'll see. Why? Would you like to get my information? Perhaps work in the future?
I would. I see that there's no reason that we should burn this amicable business relationship that we have here.
And then you hear like the truck whiz way too close, and like the environment gets really loud. And he says, "Very well." And then he sends the information to you, and you get a prompt to accept it if you want to, and on your device, comlink.
I'm gonna leave it on red.
Right. And and he says, "Thank you for the money," and he jumps back into his truck, and he just kind of gets his men and hauls off. Jason.
Yes, sir.
All the while you were back there working on the kid back there. You saw the outside camera feeds. You saw an exchange between Aston and
I was on
Dr.
open
Jack
comms
Breach.
with them.
I'm guessing.
Were you?
I was,
probably,
yeah.
they probably
Just in
heard over
case
the
shit hit the
intercom.
fan, I was on open comms. Yep.
You were on open comms. Okay.
Dr. Breacher kind of, as he's like peeling the malted flesh off this kid's leg. He's got him sedated probably at this point. He kind of chuckles to himself, is like, "That rich bastard. I knew he was a sly devil, but I didn't know he had a heart to go with it." I just think back to your exchange at the bar. That shit was that was pretty perfect.
And so now the whole party knows that you did pay for his freedom, and and
how does
so
healing
you saw
work
that
in this game?
exchange. Sorry.
Yeah. How does healing work in this game? I want to get rid of some of these wounds. Do I make a healing roll and remove one, or how does it?
You have a chance to make a roll on yourself within the golden hour.
Okay.
If you want to.
Should I roll? I should probably do that before things get too feisty.
But
So I'll say
before
while
you
I'm
do
working on
that,
the
though, let's
kid.
go to Spencer and Arthur. So
Okay,
because
got
you're
it.
still working on the boy at the moment. So Arthur and Spencer. So are you still going to try to stop the bugs? Yes. Okay. For some reason, I'm not hearing Matt. I don't know why. Okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Heard you then.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
Maybe it was just noise gate or something like that on your mic or something. Yeah. So who's taking the lead on the roll and who's supporting who? That's how it works. You pick a leader. You're picking the main person who's rolling and the supporter.
I will support, because during that entire conversation, I was probably just kind of like half-assing, handing him tools and helping him out. I was more paying attention to what was going on with Aston.
Okay.
Because
So
I just
you were
wanted to
because you were worried because the smugglers are outside.
Yeah. I'm just, he's like, hand me the wire strippers, and I'm like, hand him a hammer. I'm just like,
Nice.
Yeah,
to be fair, you could strip wires
on there, because I don't want those guys on the ship.
Yeah, it's because your mind is occupied elsewhere. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. By the way, real quick, Shaun, did you see what Jeremy sent you, Whisper? About his adventure card? It lets you use your arcane skill in place of a smarts-based skill for a scene.
Oh, okay.
It's basically you're using your sonic abilities
Hmm.
to, like, presciently, I guess, with your mind, like, assist you on a roll in place of a skill.
Hmm. Okay.
So, I mean, I'm just mentioning it now because...
Yeah, because I can use.
Well, I'm
in lieu
just
of
making
my,
sure you know it. That's what his adventure card is. So...
Yeah, because
Any
electronics,
smart space
space
skill. Well, I'm just letting you know. You don't have to
Okay.
use it on this one. I'm just mentioning it. All right. So whoever is the supporter needs to roll first. Who is the supporter?
And if I succeed on my roll, what does he get? He just gets.
For every success and raise, he gets a +1, capped at +2.
Okay. But if I fail, he doesn't get negatives or anything.
No.
Okay.
If we
But you can
fail,
still critically fail. But that'll just be treated.
Okay.
It'll be your critical fail.
I like how Shane had to think about it for a second. He's like, no, we'll be nice.
Yeah.
Nope,
I got a
so
success.
Oh, you got success. Okay. All right,
That's
so
a
you give
+1.
Matt a +1 on Arthur's. Okay, that was just enough. Okay, so you guys get the system back up and running where it was at before, and basically at the levels it was at before. And so everything is stable again. The system, you hear the whir as the signal is backfiring again, the familiar sound you heard, and now it is balancing out the signal from the bugs. So anyone who's seeing the vid screens and stuff outside, Cliff, you're outside, the bugs stop chittering as much. You guys have a nice clean area around your ship. Well, I say clean. It's full of black bug guts. But then everywhere else beyond that is full of drones who stopped using their torches, and then drones start swooping in to replace them with buckets and trying to put them back inside the cement pits. So, all right. So, Jeremy, you do get the ship eventually fully booted. Right before you get the ship fully booted, someone else arrives to the four of them, because it just wouldn't be that easy. All right, so someone else arrives.
I don't need to go anywhere now.
So, well, you still gotta repair the ship, right? Well, you keep playing with this idea that you're gonna leave the fucking planet and repair it. So, all right, so and Cliff, I need you to mark down your wealth by 1 step. I checked the past sessions and you did not get a raise on your wealth roll, which means that you lose. So the way it works is if you don't get a raise, you lose your. What happens is you go down. You succeed, but you go down 1 wealth die step. So
Okay, so I'm at a D4 now then?
yeah.
Okay. Story of my life.
Basically, you just handed over like thousands of dollars to help Jack reach. So.
Mhm.
All right.
So
you
with
see
me being up on the nose here, would I notice this other vehicle incoming?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. It's coming in from the from straight ahead where the trucks came in from. So.
Any distinguishable things that I can make out from the distance?
Yeah, it's a military vessel. Actually, it is it looks like basically the space equivalent of a Humvee. Pretty much.
Does it look like the one that the Takis government would actually use? Or?
Yeah, it's the Takis Defense Force.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it says TDF on the side, and it's got like some kind of like globe on it, or some kind of fancy like planetary symbol. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got camouflage. I don't know.
See, I would relay that down. Like, we have one of the Takis government vehicles incoming here. Arthur, is there a way for you to copy the information that you dialed in for that frequency and send it to me?
Yes. If you're planning to send it to the Takis Defense Force, they already have the info and blueprints and everything. They know what we're doing. I think they've been otherwise occupied.
Well, if they already know, then never mind.
But I can send it to you if you'd like. I'm pretty sure they We've sent it to them before, didn't we? A couple sessions ago.
I know that we talked about it. I just don't know if it ever got around to them getting it or not.
Well, Arthur will send it to you just in case.
Okay.
What are you
Sure.
sending to them?
The frequency and instructions on how we created the device, the anti-grub device.
Okay.
Grub
Gotcha.
frequency device.
All right. So you're sending it to the headquarters that got blown in half.
Well, he's sending it to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
I don't think
Okay.
we know that yet, though.
What do you mean? You saw it. I described it last game.
Oh, we did see the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
you-
tower.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've seen it
yeah.
from the farm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I forgot. I should read my notes.
Okay. All right. So the ship, so the Humvee pulls up, or I'll just keep calling it Space Humvee. You get the idea. So Space Humvee pulls up, and only 2 guys pull out. They look like they're undermanned, and they're pulling. They step out, and they see Aston standing on the nose of the ship, and they say, first thing they say is, "What are you doing up there?"
Well, have you been up here before? The view is amazing.
Our tower just went down.
The power of the city or your building or what?
He said our tower just went down. Was that a joke?
Oh. No, I'm sorry. The noise of this frequency behind my head, it makes it a little bit hard to hear what you're saying. How about I bring myself to a less precarious situation and we talk face to face?
Like, the view is terrible. The view is great. You're looking out over like the destruction and dismay of a tower, and like grub farms burning, and like
How far is the tower from our ship?
it's like maybe 4 or 5 football fields away.
Oh, not far.
Yeah, not far at all. So, because I mean, it's right beside the food processing center. So, yeah. So you guys, that's why Shaun was up on top of the ship and got peppered with the debris. So, yeah.
So I'm gonna make my way down the ladder as fast as I can, do the whole movie scene, slide down the ladder all the way down.
Oh,
to the
you're gonna
loading
slide
box
down
and
the
open
ladder
it.
from all the way to the top? Okay, I'm sorry. Make an athletics roll.
Athletics or agility?
Eh.
I mean, I'm the same at each one. I'm just asking.
Athletics. That's American Ninja Warrior type stuff. Okay, look at you. Look at you. You slide 4
Like a
levels
pro.
down a main access ladder. That's critical failure, break your leg on the bottom of it. And
We haven't done.
fucking awesome.
It's worth it.
Trying to
I'd
show
milk it for
off.
sympathy.
We haven't talked.
Like, I just bought your freedom, bitch. Heal my leg.
So,
All right.
so I'm gonna head down to the loading dock and then open it up so I can actually talk to him face to face.
Oh, well, you can slide all the way down to the out the ship if you want to. It goes
Well, I mean,
literally out to the bottom. of the
I'd
ship.
rather open up the bay
Okay.
so they can walk in
Gotcha.
and not have to climb a ladder.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So yeah, you open the cargo ramp and out you go. So the 2 soldiers tell you say sorry we're all you got. I know you requested more help. We're a lot slimmer than you wanted. I know, but hopefully more.
As
will
I told the
come.
director, any help is more than welcomed.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, the director is wounded, so he got hurt in the explosion. So, but
How's your medical scene looking right now? Your med bay's full, or
well, they're pretty stacked up, but we've got lots of doctors. But right now we've got more of a military emergency. Actually, we're hoping to request help from you guys on. But we heard you guys were the ones that helped us take care of the grub signals, and it looks like you guys got it fired up again, right?
yeah, they just fired it back up.
Yeah, that's why we
I
were
have
able to-
information here too, on for how you guys could do that once you get your broadcast signals back up and running.
Great, transfer that over to me if you don't mind while we're here. He says this is great news. Great news. Yeah, that's how I was able to get to you. We've been blocked by the grubs for the last, probably hours. Look, here's the problem. Look, we finally took care of the problem over at the supply depot. We've had a standoff over there for the last, I'd say, hour. A small guerrilla force, the same ones who blew up the tower, were holed up in the supply depot. Okay, but when we took care of them, the signal didn't go off. So the signal wasn't coming from them. They weren't broadcasting the signal. So it was coming from somewhere else. Well, I was able to finally contact personnel outside the tower, out here among the farms and such. And apparently, they were trying to get a hold of Dr. Freeman and the Grub laboratories. Well, the laboratory does a lot of things, but they thought he could help them with the Grub situation. That was the expectation, Grub problem, Grub's freaking out. Go see Dr. Freeman. Well, the problem was no military personnel could get inside the laboratory. So apparently the military was getting completely, well, on a lack of a better term, gunned down. I mean, completely gunned down. All the defenses of the laboratory were getting turned against them. So I don't know much else other than that. So look, if I could just get some help come out there, that'd be great. The laboratory.
We're not really military trained, but the best help that we can give, we'd be more than welcome to. The guerrilla force, did they say, or were you able to ascertain who they were?
Right now, they look like they're New Dawn. That's the best we can get. All of them had tattoos on their forehead that matched the New Dawn terrorist organization from Geneva. So
I don't know nothing about them.
nope, you haven't been paying attention much to local politics from Geneva or here in Takis.
No. I'm gonna pretend like I did that.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, that sounds dire.
He says, look, I know you said you don't know much about military and stuff, and maybe you guys aren't. That isn't your specialty, but it looks like military isn't working. All right, the military guys are dying. So, look, I can show you the mess down there at the laboratory. It's not good. We've got vehicles like mine just parked outside. It's a ghost town because nobody's coming out.
And does the lab have its own security, safety measures in place that could be doing this?
Yeah, it could be. Could be the lab's own security staff. I don't know.
Well, the staff I would be less worried about versus...
No, they're not as trained as us.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm more thinking that they may have some sort of inlay security system, whether it be robotic or drones or...
I mean, they're holding the laboratory like a group of Centaurans. It's just insane.
Well, I don't want to speak for everyone here, but you have my help if needed.
Well,
and what I would like to offer for you all, depending on if you feel it would be valuable or not, we do have a doctor on board here that is very well trained if we want to get the director back up and running so he can begin working towards getting a resolution to this. You could bring him here and we could get something going with that.
all right. I'll reach back to the tower, or what's left of it. Tower personnel, at least. They've set up an off base, medical tent. So I'll reach out to them and see what they say. So can I go inside to speak to your captain at least and see if the rest of your team wants to help us out with this issue?
I'm gonna go on to comms and actually, Levi, we have 2 members of the Takis government sent help here that are going to work with the ship, and they're requesting permission to board.
Granted, what do they need help with?
Well, they are going to help us with the ship, but they need our help with everything else. But I'll let them explain it, and I'm going to step to the side and let them go in, and I'm going to follow behind.
All right.
I would come down to that middle area where the middle area. Sort of that landing
kind
area.
of the entry deck, basically.
Yeah.
All right.
And then just in case anything fishy is going on, I'm going to stay behind them. Just in case.
All right.
The ship is still idling.
The ship is still idling. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. So you guys lead them down the entry deck, and so who all comes down there to meet the Attackers Defense Force?
I do not.
Spencer's not. All right.
No, like he wants to leave.
Yeah, Dr. Breach is always eager to help, but he can barely lift his arm, so I think he's got to heal up before he can go bust heads. And this really doesn't sound like a fight he'd be helpful in. It sounds like more of a gunfight rather than a. I don't know.
Well, if you
Thinking
guys
back, though,
do,
Dr.
if-
Breach heard them say something about the automated defense system being turned against them. Did I hear
Well-
that right, Aston?
I speculated.
Well, let me talk to you about that. Actually, let's jump over to you real quick, and let's do that healing roll on yourself. Actually, because you got time to do that healing roll on yourself. Because we'll see how you're feeling after you do that healing roll on yourself.
Let's see. That's a do.
Okay, so you
6.
do heal 1 wound.
Awesome. All right. Click that. There we go. All right. So
Now-
yeah, Aston, is that what they said? Something about automated defenses being turned
No.
against them?
They're uncertain exactly what's going on, but I speculated that it could be one of the possibilities.
Huh.
All right, so I'm assuming you're all so assuming whoever is there is on the entry deck now, and so Levi, you're up beside the 2 Attackers Defense Force guys, and he proceeds to tell you the same thing that he told Cliff, and just for sake of brevity, I won't go into all the details again. And he says, and then he ends it with, "Look, I know this is a lot to ask, and we'll throw whatever men we can to help you with the repairs of your ship. I know that was what was requested of you, and of course we will put in a good. We'll Takis will work with Astra Unum in the future as a sort of repayment. We obviously can't pay you for reasons of your employment with Astra Unum, but we will make sure that in some way you and your organization are benefited for your help. But we would immensely appreciate your assistance in this endeavor because we are suffering tremendously in this situation."
For sure. We'll do anything we can. We just got to come up with a plan. And I look at everybody else in the room thinking, I don't have a plan.
He says, "Perhaps maybe you just need to get there and you could assess the situation because apparently us just sending soldiers at it isn't working."
Whatever
Check.
side, if it's the defense systems that are giving them hand issues, then we need to take that offline, or at least turn it in our favor. Otherwise, we're just probably walking in automated guns of some sort.
Exactly. If only we had a hacker.
Well,
Of some
I
sort.
think I might have a contact who could help us.
All right, so real quickly, so if you guys are doing this task, so Jack, I know you said that your character is not filling up to it. So I know that. So this is one time I won't actually want to say something. Actually, as the GM here, not the storyteller. So
Okay.
speaking to the players, not the characters at this point. So most of the story I have prepared is on this. Pretty much all my
Yeah.
story I've prepared is on this.
Oh
So
no,
if you want to
Jackson.
participate
Actually,
in this game, I would appreciate it if you jumped on board. Just because if I had you do something else, it would be completely created on the fly, and we wouldn't accomplish this tonight. So if we can,
was I muted when I was talking about the hacker contact?
No, I heard you say
No.
that, but I wanted to
Okay.
quickly just because you said something earlier about you sitting it out, and I would just want.
Oh,
to
no, just
say,
'cause I was like,
could
I
I
was
get
afraid I
you
was
on
gonna-
board for this? Come up with a reason why Jack would want to be on board. So,
So I have an adventure card. I'm gonna play
and I
this
think
stage.
actually just mention real quick, I think it's good when GMs do that. It's better to have the story run smoothly than it is
Oh, yeah.
to work around one player's decision. So
Oh, absolutely.
yes, but anyways, so I want to be up front. So, okay. So, but if you guys didn't want to do it, I would just wing the rest of the night, and I could do that. I'm good. I'm good enough to do that. But
We could all
I
be
don't like
jerks.
to. I don't like to, but I can do it. All right. All right.
Okay, well,
so
before we get too far.
Yes.
By this time, Arthur has probably noticed all the warnings and notifications that the system was compromised, and he's turned to Spencer and said, "What in the world happened while we were gone besides the grub signal going down?"
Oh, like all the previous notifications, like it being
like
hacked
we
and stuff.
hacked and
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's got like
what
a
in the
feed
world?
of them, like a face, like a phone, cell phone. Like he's got all these
See-
previous notifications.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, it was solved or it stopped. So I don't know what you did, but what happened?
Jesus. So I just kind of like go into the whole story about like just God, all the shit.
Yeah, that's accurate. All the shit.
Yeah.
You're really good at
So
role playing a
eloquent.
teenager. You're like spot on.
Yeah.
That's just him being tired. Him
Just
raising
like,
twins.
man, there's just so much shit going on here. And you guys like left the ship, left me behind. I'm like, guys trying to, I've got bugs. I've got guys trying to get on the ship. I've got shit going down. And then the fucking military shows up and shit. Like, come on, man. You're lucky all I did was send a couple text messages. 14 years old.
Well, you still have the drone that was hacking into the ship, don't you? You
Yeah, and I had to
pulled
save
it
the
off?
day with that fucking drone. Yeah.
And you stopped it, which
Jesus.
is impressive. So you have some hacking skills?
I mean,
Learn something new about the kid.
He goes like,
you hang out with enough criminals, you pick things up.
Well, it sounds
I
like
love
a
it.
very useful skill to have.
Love it.
we get some.
Amongst other things, yes.
We'll have to talk about these other things at some point. So, how close do you need to be to actually be effective on this other tower and attempt hacking?
Depends on what kind of system I'm using.
Well, what do you
Hold-
have?
hold on,
I might
hold
be able
on.
to boost your
Yeah.
signal.
Shaun has no fucking gear to help him hack.
Yeah.
Out of character. Shaun has no gear to help him hack. He has no toolkit. By the toolkit, I mean he has no
Captain.
no
Like
computer.
computer.
Like
Captain Levi, if I may, I
So-
really don't think this is something we want on our hands if we're hacking into government networks.
I mean, he
save
can
the
get-
day.
he needs to buy one.
Well, what's your suggestion then, Doc?
I believe I have a contact on station that could do this for us, so that at least it won't be our fingerprint on the job.
Well, they're asking us to help do it.
Oh, I know
so-
that. I'm just saying, whatever's going on down there, if they have control of the system, they're watching the system. And if we want to remain, incognito as we approach, we don't want any part of what's going on in the network.
I'm following what you're saying. Did the soldiers say that? I thought they said they already took care of the actual people guerrilla ground force that was already there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
well,
also
that's
said something
two
about no
different
one coming
facilities.
out.
Two different facilities. Supply depot is
Oh.
handled. Laboratory
Oh,
is
okay.
separate. So
Which one of the two facilities, if we have picked up, was the one that no one was coming out of? They just have all the trucks parked out front.
that's the laboratory.
The-
Pretend
laboratory.
about the supply depots. Forget about that. So
Right, Roger.
That's resolved.
Yeah.
I was gonna have that, but I need to finish this before our week's off because y'all will forget about the fucking story.
So yeah, if we're
I
going
won't
with
forget,
the
Shane.
hacking, and then we'll move
Buttered
forward
up.
with like a ground braced, kind of incursion of sorts to see what's going on once we have control of the defense systems. That'd be the best bet, but we want to be absolutely sure whatever is going on with the defense systems and the network is in our favor. Otherwise, we're just walking to our deaths.
Do they have an internal power generator, or is it all external?
That's a good question.
Are you guys
Yeah.
joining this conversation now?
Yeah, I think we're like all in the hold, right?
Yeah,
like you moved
I
to the
mean-
hold. We've all kind of,
Yeah.
right?
You're on
what
that
we said?
central the entry deck right there on the
Yeah.
on the map screen.
Okay, kind of know that Spencer was saying he was kind of withdrawn from this. I was just making sure if we were all together.
I'm assuming if
now
he
or-
talked
Yeah,
in
I
character,
mean-
he poked his head in.
Yeah,
He's always withdrawn.
I'll be there. I'll go along with whatever the group ends up doing because, I'm just a kid. I want us to leave, but I'm also not going to sit in the ship by
Because
myself.
that
again.
went so well last time.
Yeah, because that was and I'm not doing it. So, I'm like, guys, look, let's stop talking to criminals and let's leave.
Well, we're about to head out with the government.
All right, so at this point,
We don't know those guys anything.
en route to kind of communicate with my contact, I have an adventure card for this. We will play that. Contact.
Sure,
I have a
let's
friend
do
or
it.
acquaintance
Let's
who
do
can
it.
help me in a current situation. So I'm gonna say that I don't know who it is or what their name is. We'll go with Dale Edwards.
Let me see
That
the
sounds
card
good.
before you play it. Hold on. Well, you already played it.
Oh.
Okay. Hero
I just
finds a
dragged it.
friend or acquaintance who helps him in his current situation. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Dale Edwards. All the
Dale
country
Edwards,
ass fucking names.
the
All
rogue hacker / techie.
All right.
Dale Ex Machina.
Dale Ex Machina.
Pretty much. Dale Edwards. What'd you say his
if I could
profession
describe
was?
him, I'd say that he's an overweight. He's kind of got the greasy neck beard going on. He's balding. He looks disgusting, and he has he's vulgar when he talks, but he's damn good at what he does.
All right, I'm gonna actually write this NPC down because I want to get him. Because I'm gonna start a master NPC list. I'm gonna write Dale Edwards, overweight, balding, greasy.
I like it. We don't have
Aston's
enough
gonna love
ugly
him.
NPCs, man. Ugly NPCs need love too.
Balding, greasy. I'll write more later. What's his profession?
Let's say he's
He's got to be able to
Yeah.
help you in this situation. So
I'd say he's a hacker by trade. I'll say he's a data recovery specialist, but he, in the midst of that, he has picked up a few network tricks of the trade, right? A bit of
Okay.
a gray hat.
And the last time you talked to him, he got a job on Takis. That's all he told you, is that he got a job
Yeah.
on Takis 3. And so you thought, I'll reach out to Dale, see if he can help us in the situation. Because he's good with computers. Maybe he can help us in the situation, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you reach out to Dale. All right.
Come over with a comm link.
All right.
See the answers.
What kind of comm link do you got? Is it like you just
I
put
think
to your ear, or is it like a phone, or is it just attached to your ear, or what?
I think it would be like a little PDA thing, like a little a smartphone.
That would be like
tablet.
a personal data device. You have to have a PDD for that.
Oh,
But
is
yeah.
it? Okay.
Yeah, a comlink is more small. It's just like it usually comes in a form it's more like just a normal cell phone,
Is it?
or just like something you put in your ear, or it can be all kinds of little forms. It's only $100. That's why it's, yeah.
Then yeah, I'd have like a little just a little palm device that I talk into. It's
Yeah,
like
sure.
a speaker, like
Okay,
basically a
sure.
Bluetooth
Like
speaker.
a Nextel, like, doo-doo.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like a little-
cricket.
Yeah, sure. All right, cool.
Come up on the Nextel, man.
All right. So, all right. So you reach out to Dale. Dale pops back. He doesn't even say hello. You hear him crunching on something. And he, yeah.
Dale, I got a big one for you, bud. If you're up for the task.
He says, well, I'm kind of busy right now.
Unless you're hacking into the attackers government, I'm pretty sure whatever you're doing probably put on hold.
Man, I'm not hacking for the Takis government. I work for the Takis government, bro.
Oh, are you dealing with the crisis over there at the tower or the lab?
Dude, I am the crisis in the lab. I'm just trying to get out of here for like 3 hours, bro.
So what's going on with the defenses then? You're our inside man. You obviously know what's going on.
Look, the only reason why I answered is because it's you. Look, dude, I've been stuck in this lab for 3 hours. I've been afraid to make calls out. Like I said, the only reason why I answered is you. Look,
So
you're on
what's going on?
PlanetSide,
What are
right?
the-
I'm
are there-
sure you're reaching out to me because you're on PlanetSide, right?
Yeah, we're on our way to the lab right now.
No shit. Okay, look. I am stuck in the bottom of the lab.
Define stuck. Like physically, like it was the
I
chair
was
too tight.
in the fucking storage room when shit went bad.
Are the drones going crazy? Or the PDs going nuts? What's going on?
No, dude. Okay, so there was this one lab assistant who just started shooting everybody up. Like, she's a fucking just beast, man. Dude. Man, she's gorgeous and she's just badass. And oh my God, I don't know how to describe this lady. But man, she killed everybody. She just...
Ed, Dale, focus. Listen,
Look,
we need you to get into the network and take the defenses down. We'll be on
she's
station.
been here for like 4 months, dude. I've hit on her like 3 times.
We'll be at the lab in like 10 minutes. You better be ready to go when we get there. All right, we got 5 guys, a couple of guns, and a lot of grit.
No, look,
coming in there
look,
and get you and the rest of them out.
Hold on. I'll help you out. Look, since you're coming, I'll get out of the storage room. Okay, I've just been sitting in here eating Cheetos, waiting for someone. Well, it's not. He doesn't say Cheetos. Cheesy Poofs. Until someone comes saves me. All right. Look, he says I was waiting for someone to come save me, but if you're here and you're gonna rescue me, but you need my help. All right, I'll step it up. All right, fine. But if I get killed, I'm gonna fucking haunt you. All right.
Yeah, I almost got eaten alive by grubs today. If you get killed, it's the least of my worries. All right. Get on the network.
All right. Fuck you, Dale. All right. Go fuck yourself. All right.
Get on the network. We'll be there in a bit and be ready to answer comms. And please try not to piss off the lady with the pistol or whatever weapon she has.
Well, what am I supposed to do? How can I help you?
Get on the network. Take down all power and security to the building. Open up all the doors.
Jeez. That's a big ask, bro.
I look at Levi. Levi, time. What's our time? How far out are we? Captain.
I tell him how far we are. Like,
he's like,
okay.
I know.
All right. Okay. So you,
If they just open up all the doors, aren't people going to come running out of this place?
I look to Aston because he's the only one holding a gun. Does Matt have the rifle?
Oh yeah.
All right. So I looked at him and I was like, so they probably hear that because it's like a little palm, like it's got speakerphone. We heard that it's one assistant with a weapon. She's tearing up the place. Does anybody have any questions for Dale? We got him on the line while he's not preoccupied with hot women and Cheetos.
Real quick, what's her name?
Dale, do you hear that?
All the doors.
Shaun, you got walked down. What now?
Yeah, is the plan to open up all the doors?
Yeah, we just don't want any obstacles between us and the targets. The less chance they have to bunker down.
Dale says, look, I can probably look. I don't know how good she is at this kind of stuff, but she's obviously got control of all the security because there is containment protocols. She's got control of them. There are bodies all over the hallways from the military personnel. She could control the containment protocol, gun turrets, and gunned down all the military personnel. She closed up all the...
One girl.
Dude, it doesn't matter if you took care of the containment protocols. And this ain't no girl, dude. I don't think she's a girl. I don't think she's a person, dude. Look.
Shit.
Okay. But look, dude. But I'm just telling you, as soon as I take control of the network if I can even beat her, she's going to know where I am. So your asses need to get here fast.
Be ready to hit the button when we give you the word.
Does the can you get out through a roof or something? Are there base defenses that would shoot a ship?
Dude, I'm heaving just from talking about this, man.
Are there any delivery entrances? Something small that you can open to let people in. Something that's not quite so obvious that she might not notice immediately.
Yeah, I can open a roof hatch maybe. Yeah, I can open one of the maintenance roof hatches. She might not notice that if I open one of those. Can you get to a roof hatch?
Levi?
That's why I'm asking if there's base defenses. Like, are the army guys still there? I can ask them, right?
That's what he just described. The
They're all
defenses,
fucked.
the containment defenses is what he just described. That mowed down the military. That's what he
Oh,
just
right.
described.
So what? I'm assuming these are like automated guns that come out of the
Yeah.
walls and shit. Okay.
Yeah, that's what she took control of.
Oh,
So
you make a good
First
point,
off-
Dale. I guess this is why I'm not a hacker. But what if you just disabled the targeting mechanism but left everything on?
Like
Made the guns
just made the guns blind.
You think you could pull that off without being picked up?
Yeah, and then made her just like look the halls for me.
No,
Yeah, maybe I can
well,
out. Yeah, then she might just look around the halls for me, and then maybe I can outrun her.
Let's not bet on that.
I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna say stay by that terminal. Get that roof hatch open. We'll call you on the comm link if we need further assistance. Try not to lose access to that terminal. Try not to be noticed. If anything goes wire, hit us up immediately. Roger.
All right, gotcha.
Don't fucking die, Dale. Then I click on the comm link.
Last thing you hear is.
Think of that. I think of that fat guy from Jurassic Park.
I wasn't even thinking about Dennis, but yeah, that's
That's
perfect.
not the magic word.
Perfect.
Oh man, Shane, you're too good at this. This is fucking hilarious.
All right. So that's a great time to. So you guys are all gonna load up and head over to the laboratory, and what you see when you get there is you see
Hang on.
Sorry.
Hang on.
Sorry.
I have at least one question for the army guys
Sure.
before they leave, and
Oh, okay.
is it? Do they have any basic like equipment in their Humvee that we could have?
Sure.
That's the question.
Sure.
Like,
why are we even the ones going in? We're not very qualified for this. I'm not qualified
Because
for this.
a lot of them are basically dead and murdered.
Yeah.
So they're
This is just
they're
the
not
shit
there
that
anymore.
happens.
They're all
Yeah.
dead. Yeah. So
Dr. Breach goes, this is the side effects of when you save the fucking day. Thinking back to how we stopped the grubs with the frequency.
they ask for more. It's in the job description, Arthur.
They have tried the brute force way, and it did not work.
I mean, you could request
Oh.
more military help if you want to. Sure.
I'm not
You
asking for more personnel. I'm asking for like any sort of basic light armor or just a pistol, etc. sort of things. If anybody else wants something like that. If not, then fine. That's cool.
Arthur hands the rifle to Levi.
Do you
Yeah.
have a gun that the scientist here can use that fires smart bullets that he doesn't have to worry about aiming at his target?
Arthur, you could also. I love it. You're like smart bullets. They don't have to aim at his target because that exists. Well, actually, in a sci-fi setting, it could actually exist. Gyro rounds. Yeah, they probably exist. So real quick, actually, Arthur, if you're actually like, if you find this whole situation suspicious, then just make a notice roll to the guard.
Okay.
What it's for.
Yeah, I will make a notice roll.
Oh shit.
Hell yeah, you will.
You literally saw him age.
Okay. Nice. Okay. So while you're talking to while the guard's been describing everything back to Levi, you found the whole story, the recounting the story about them taking out the guard, the soldiers at the supply depot. You found it just like you just didn't find it convincing. You just didn't find it convincing. Like, why would they be sending you guys to the laboratory? Why would he be making such a desperate plea for your guys' help? Why would they be setting up military tents? Why would they be sending you guys instead? Why would they be looking like why would they be doing such a desperate plea for your guys' help? If they had military that were freed up to send, I mean, they could just ask y'all to help solve the problem with your brains and then send in the military to fight whoever's in there. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But they're asking you guys to solve the whole problem. you're not getting the whole picture. In fact, you're thinking that you're not getting the picture at all.
Yeah, especially after
It's
Dale's
possible
story.
that this guy doesn't even have the whole story, or he could just be blatantly lying to you. You know what? Since you got a notice roll, that how he's not telling you the truth.
Obvious.
Do you want to
tells
press
that
it?
They were lying.
Yeah. Do you want to press it?
I think he's going to kind of lean over while they're maybe talking or distracted with somebody else. Lean over to like Levi and say, "Hey, I'm pretty sure they're lying to us outright, or they're just not telling us the entire truth, because there are a lot of twitchy hands and things don't add up. And why are they sending us? It doesn't add up. This is very suspicious."
And they're still standing outside.
No, you're all inside the ship now.
Well, no, like the military guys, did they already leave or?
No, they're all there too.
If you guys are, we'll say that you guys are probably making your way outside the ship because Levi was talking about getting supplies from the space Humvee.
Yeah.
Since we're calling that now, so maybe you guys are out by the cargo ramp by this point.
I mean, if we really want to know, I can read minds because I want to into a trap, or
Okay.
well, not necessarily a trap, but I want to make sure that we're not like going in there. I kind of have this like feeling that maybe we're going in there because they're like, hey, whatever's in there, I don't want to sacrifice more of my people. I don't.
I
Sure.
can just kind of lean over to Aston and be like, "That kid can read minds."
I saw him do something to the grubs, so I assume he has some sort of psionic abilities.
We're going to have a talk about what your capabilities are, little cook.
I'm like it's I don't, let me see. I don't want to like say I can and then. But anyway, he might get really pissed off. So
Well, fuck that. Dale's already risking his life. He's gonna get pissed off. He's gonna get pissed off. Do what you got to do, kid.
yeah. Well, I'm just saying he may get pissed off.
Okay, so is it called mind reading?
Yes. So if I get a raise, he doesn't even know I'm doing it.
But you have to get a raise. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. So mind reading is impossible versus target smarts. Success allows the character to gain one truthful answer from the subject. The target is aware of the mental intrusion unless the mind reader gets a raise.
So Jack will kind of like grip his brass knuckles in his pocket a little bit just in case this goes shitty.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't mean to drag that. Okay.
So.
Oh, he failed. He got low. So.
What specifically do we want the answer to?
Yeah, do you have to ask a question?
I'd imagine he's like searching
success allows the
through a
character to gain
catalog,
one
right?
truthful answer.
Huh.
Yeah.
Answer. So like why are they sending us? Why did they ask us?
Because they absolutely do not have the personnel.
I gotta roll it though.
Well, you're gonna succeed. Well, I should have told you that, actually. I thought you were just gonna. Well, you beat it, thank goodness. Okay, because I rolled a 3.
I could do a Benny and he doesn't know, but at this point, so he knows.
Yeah, you want to raise? Yeah, you want to see if you want to get a raise?
Yeah,
We're halfway through, man. We got a shit ton of bennies, a bunch of adventure cards.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the Benny because I don't want this guy to know we're digging around because then he may get pissed off and arrest me or. I'm gonna use one more because I actually get an extra one for being a kid. Come on.
How the fuck does that happen?
Nice. Okay, so all right.
This
how the
guard
dice,
is pleading
that's
the
how savage
fifth right
rolls
now.
work sometimes. All right, so now this is what happens. So the guard turns, and so the personnel turns, and he draws his weapon and just holds it down low, drawn, and says, "Who? Which of you is sonically capable?"
That's not really your concern right now. You just need to tell us what the hell's actually going on, or we're out.
I really get it.
Damn it,
Quick
you are
question.
so lucky right now.
Would
Fuck.
Arthur be able to use his personal data device to go online and check to see the status of the lab? I mean, if it is offline or something like that, I don't know if that'd be common knowledge role. Somebody posted.
You can see if
on
you can
Space
query it, I
Twitter.
guess. Sure.
So, common knowledge.
Yeah, you can roll it. Sure.
Okay.
It's definitely offline. You can't get to any kind of databases on there or whatever for normal communication. All right, so and he says, "Damn it, you're lucky. We need you right now." And he almost pulls the gun up, and he's like,
We wouldn't have to probe
he
your mind if you
holsters
would
it,
just tell us the facts.
and he says, "Whichever one of you, don't do that again." And then he gets in the Humvee, and he sits in the Humvee, and then he looks back at you all, and he says, "We still need your help. Do I still have your help?"
I think my captain asked you a question. I don't know why you're so in a hurry to leave.
He says, "Well, do you want to tell them what you got from his head, Shaun? Or do you want to let him speak?"
Yeah, so I just kind of like lean next to Levi and I'm
Whisper
like,
something?
yeah, I'm like, literally is out of people.
I'm going to lean in and whisper something to Levi too. And I'm just going to lean in and say, I'm just doing this so they don't know which one of us read him.
I was wondering if someone else would do that. Okay. All right. And then he's looking at both of you now, and he's like fuming. And he says, "Look, I wasn't lying. We're out of people. But what's going on over there by the tower and the supply depot is extremely classified. I cannot give you the information. I am so sorry. This is a military engagement. I cannot tell you what's happening. The only reason
We're not
why
a military force.
Yeah,
I know,
so,
and that's the reason why I can't tell you. You go to our opposing. You go to factions that are our enemies. You go to factions that are our allies. You go to people and you do help for them, nonprofit work for them, all the time. We have deemed it a security risk to give you all the information. Astra Unum is a security risk to give you all the information."
I would just like to say that I am not part of their firm, and I independently work with the director. My contact here is Mr. Meredith.
He just wanted to ride off planet. That's the only reason he's still here.
And he walks over to you, Aston, and pulls you. He just kind of pulls you by the shirt if you come along with him. He's not going to drag you.
I will. Yep,
And then he
nope,
pulls you
I will
aside.
freely go.
He says, "Look, I know you're friends with. Look, I know you're friends with Director Barris. Look, this is what I'm going to tell you. This is what's happened. That bomb that went off was a suicide bomb. That was a chest detonator. They are in the supply
whoever did
depot.
it's inside.
They are in the supply depot held up with potentially... Really? All right. They are in the supply depot held up with detonators. It is a standoff going on right now. We can't lose those supplies. I mean, there's basically...
That I understand, but the more info you are forthcoming with to my friends here, the greater help we're going to be.
I'm just following orders. You know how that kind of thing works. So
they're
I
out
do
of
know how that
earshot,
works.
right? Jack can't hear anything, etc.
well, that was the goal. Yeah, pull him away.
Right, let me.
So,
I'm gonna try and make a notice to listen.
All
in,
right,
if that's-
okay.
If they'll allow
-4.
If it's not
-4.
prevalent, then
you can try it. Yeah, -4. But yeah,
never mind. Nope, can't hear shit.
Okay.
But yeah, so I understand how it is, but I also understand that in certain circumstances, one sometimes has to go beyond the normal duties to get things done. If you are reaching out to us as a subcontractor group, I feel like we've already hit that point.
He says,
So is there anything else that you can help us with? We are willing to assist, but understand that if we are risking our lives, the least you could do is give us all the fucking information.
look, we don't think they're New Dawn. We don't think they're terrorists. If they thought they were terrorists, we wouldn't be concerned about telling you this information. We think
So you
they're
think it's an inside
Geneva
job?
or Ilar. That's the reason we're concerned. So,
Well, I appreciate that. I will keep it discreet, but I will let them know of the situation. I won't give them all the details, but I will let them know it's a bit more grave of a situation than initially implied. But they appear to be ready to go. So,
please,
at your lead.
convince your team. It will be in their benefit. Astra Unum will benefit greatly from helping us right now. I promise.
And out of curiosity, how would a independent contractor benefit?
Jeez. Director Barris will pull through. He's not mortally wounded. Speak to him later. You will benefit.
That sounds perfect. Thank you.
All right.
And I'll just turn and reunite with everybody and just let them know. So he was willing to let me know that things are a bit more dire than they appear. And unfortunately, it seems like what is going on may be some sort of an inside job. Which is why they were so touchy-feely with information.
Not inside job. Sorry, Geneva or Ilar. Sorry. This is Takis. Posing political factions. So, but political factions you might very well be traveling to next. So,
well, I don't want to let
them
them know the details of it. That's why I just said inside job.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. I'm just making sure you were okay. I want to make sure you had your notes correct. Okay, my bad.
Yep,
right,
I got it. I wrote that down. I'm just making sure that I'm playing both sides of the fence here.
Okay, got it. Never mind. Sorry.
Well, either way, Dale's fingers on the trigger. If you can get us on that roof, Levi, I guess we could start doing whatever the fuck it is we're gonna do to fix this.
Before the army guy leaves, I just want an auto pistol.
Oh yeah, they got it's a military truck.
Let's go.
Right?
Why don't we go to break?
Okay.
And then we can talk about this job further. So let's go to break. So everyone, thank you for sticking around. I appreciate everyone for being here. We will not be at break long, I promise. Everyone just slip away to use the restroom, listen to some cool tunes real quick, and we'll be right back, everyone. So, all right, thank you so much.